All right, come in and get settled. This is your weekly tarot scope. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. We're going to have a great week ahead. We do still have Mercury retrograde, so just be aware. It is still retrograde until the 29th. So watch your words, revisit, revise, redo the things that need to be redone. Okay. Also, I only have 2 spots left for the VIP breakthrough sessions. So if you have not gotten yours, there are only 2 left. I am not going beyond the 10 spots that I originally had, okay? Because it's a lot of work and I want to be able to get to everybody before the new year, okay? So if you have not claimed your VIP breakthrough session, then TikTok, you'll go to the link in my bio and you'll see it up there. YouTube, it is linked down below in the description, okay? There are still spots available for the Power Challenge. If you get in before the 30th, you save $500. Okay. So I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for you all to have an incredible next 9-year cycle. You're the one that has to take the leap. Okay. So welcome in, welcome in. Let's get started. Again, this is your weekly tarot scope. This is where we're going to uncover the energy of Monday through Thursday. And then on Fridays, we uncover the energy of Friday through Sunday. Okay. The reason why we do this is because we need to know what is coming up for us. We need to understand how the universe is moving, what energy we're being given, what obstacles we may come across, all of those things. Okay. So, all we're going to do first is balance out the heart chakra. This bowl is attuned to the frequency of the heart chakra. Your heart chakra is the one that sits between your higher self and your lower self, okay? Your lower self being your human self, okay? What we want to do is we want to balance that energy out. And all you're going to do is listen to the bowl sing, take nice, deep cleansing breaths, and just relax, okay? Here we go. Just relax. Now let's all collectively take one super deep breath in. Expand your lungs, pick up all that heaviness, pick up all that fear and anxiety from the weekend and blow it out. Let it go. Okay. Fresh new start. And you can do that breath work anytime. Okay. So, what we're going to do now, after I scoot up, is we're going to get our fairy blessing for the week. This is the overall blessing. Then we're going to get our overall tarot message, but then I'm going to pull individual cards for each day. Okay. We get into it. All right. What is our fairy blessing for this week? As you're watching this, you can focus on the oracle deck and you can ask it, what is our fairy blessing for this week? What is our fairy blessing for this week? Oh, I had it upside down. Ooh, another blessing of fairy magic. Look at that. It's number 33. I knew it was going to be a good one. So what is 33? 33 is a master number. 33 is the 3 doubled. It's like we need to master our manifestation. We need to master what we're bringing into this world. Okay. So when we have this blessing of fairy magic, what that means is like whatever your intentions are, that's what you're going to create. It is extra potent this week. Okay. 33 is the master healer as well. So this is really a call for you to do things, to set intentions, to make movements or strides towards what is going to bring you healing. Threes are following me like crazy right now. Uh-oh. Yeah, Jamie says three's my number. She's 33 follows her around just like 22 follows me around. So with that blessing of fairy magic, again, whatever you're putting out this week is what you are creating. So we want to do things, set intentions, make moves that are bringing about healing in one capacity or another in your life. With this being a general collective, it is going to be different for everybody. Okay. So you have to set those intentions. You have to know where you are struggling and where you're hindering yourself. Okay. Good morning, Heather. Does that make sense? Heather, I didn't see your entry in the power challenge. Did you get that done? Was there a glitch or anything? Great for the energy of this week. New moon in Scorpio on the 20th. Nice. Good morning, Mom. Okay, you haven't done it yet. Okay, I just wanted to make sure there wasn't a glitch or anything for you because, Mercury retrograde. Okay, so yeah, new moon in Scorpio on the 20th. Think about Scorpio. Scorpio is the depths of the soul. Scorpio wants to really like get down to the nitty gritty so you can transform and become the phoenix, right? I like that. Okay, so now we're going to get the overall tarot message with the divination book. This is going to be another overall message for the week. And then y'all are going to pick the tarot deck that I use for the daily messages. Okay, so here we go. We're going to cleanse it off. We're cleansing off all the energy from the last time we used it. We're going to connect to it with the centers of our palms. Take a nice deep breath. The reason why we take deep breaths when we're doing this is because we want to slow and focus our energy. We want to really focus our intentions on the book, and we can't do it if we're chaotic. Okay. So, nice deep breath. What is our overall message for this week? What is our overall message for this week? And then you're going to intuitively turn to a page. We got that world reversed again. We had that for Sunday. Okay. So when the world is in reverse, it's indicating that there are cycles, there are lessons that you have yet to learn, cycles that you have yet to close up. And that's really perfect for Mercury being retrograde because, again, it wants us to revisit and revise things. We often go along our lives and we're just making it day to day, like, oh God, I survived today, survived this week, survived this month, survived this year. And we really need to stop and take stock of where we are and where we want to be, because you can always be like, oh, well, I'll do that next month, or I'll do that next year, we'll try again next year. What if that time never comes because you have never really set that intention, you never really focused on it and got it done? Okay, so let me read this to you. This book is formulated or written for you to do this daily, but I'm going to read it for the week. Okay, so it says, today you drew the world reversed. You have an opportunity to level up, but something is holding you back. What is it? You have not come this far in your journey only to stand 1 inch behind the finish line. That's not what a goddess does. She sees the opportunity to level up and improve her life and takes it. She would never let anyone or anything stand in her way. She knows that what is meant for her will be hers, and what isn't is purely a lesson and an opportunity for growth, and she has no problem leaving it in the past. So, which is it? Stay stagnant or strut over the finish line like you're on a catwalk? The choice is yours. And you see, the choice is always yours. No matter what you think, the choice is always yours. Either you really move forward and you evolve, or you cling to the past and you suffer. Okay. So, with this being the energy of the overall week, and we have the blessing of fairy magic, it's like you're getting the opportunity to step into this new frequency, to step into this new chapter of your life. Now, does it mean your entire life? Not necessarily. It could be a new chapter of a section of your life. Let's say love, money, career, health, all of those things. There's many sections to your life. Okay. The new moon is an opportunity to bring the shadow to awareness. Yeah, absolutely. And that shadow is what we subconsciously do. Are you subconsciously making decisions that are for your highest good, or are you subconsciously self sabotaging? A lot of us self sabotage, right? Okay. Now, y'all are going to choose the deck that I use to pull cards for the individual days. YouTube, put your decision in the comments. TikTok, put your decision in the poll. It's going to be up here after I show you the deck. Okay. So don't put it in the comments, please. Use the poll because there's much more of you on TikTok than there is on YouTube. And the poll keeps track. Okay. So y'all don't have to. All right. Deck number 1, traditional tarot, or deck number 2, Red Fairy Tarot? Deck 1 or deck 2? Okay, hang on, TikTok. Let me put the poll up. All right, it's right up there, that little blue clipboard looking thing. Okay, so 1 or 2. Good morning. All right, 2s are getting it so far on YouTube. Ashley's odd woman out. I'm kidding. So deck 1 or deck 2? TikTok, yeah, make sure you're voting here. We have about 35 seconds left. Let's see. We have 22 seconds left. And the reason why I have you pick the deck is because the energy is going to be more involved in that deck if you choose it. Ashley. All right. 8 seconds left. Vote in the poll. Let's see which one wins. 2s have it on YouTube. All right. Let's see what it tells us. Oh, 1 got it by a little bit. Interesting. You know what? I think we're going to let YouTube have this one because they had 2 by a landslide. So we're going to let YouTube have this one. We're going to use deck number 2. Well, good, because that's what I chose, Jamie. All right, let's see. YouTube got to speak up today. Yay. All right, let's see what we need to know is coming up for us over the next 4 days. Let me do one more time. All right. I'm going to draw a card, one for each day, Monday through Thursday, and it's going to reveal to us the energy of that day, and then we'll put it together, okay? What do we need to know Monday through Thursday for this week? All right, for today, we have Justice. Ooh, Justice, another major arcana. So the overall energy, we have the world in reverse, right? So that's a major arcana. The major arcana are the big chapters, big themes, the big experiences that you're going to have. Okay. So when justice shows up, this asks you to reflect on how is life reflecting back to you? What is your truth? Are you living your truth? Also, if you're having any legal dealings today, it will turn out fair. Now, does that mean that you win or you lose? No, it means that the decision that is being made will be fair. If you need to sign a contract, okay, but make sure you go through it with a fine tooth comb. Okay, do not miss anything. And if you don't understand the verbiage in the contract, have somebody help you. Okay, but all in all, justice is ruled by Libra. Okay, Libra rules our relationships. So it's asking you to see how the world is reflecting back to you. This day would be a good day for communication with somebody that you're in a relationship with. Like if you need to talk about something, or if you're wanting to set goals and plans, or reflect back on your relationship and see how you can improve it, or whatever it may be, today would be a good day for that because you're reflecting and everything is balanced and fair. And the thing is about justice again is like, what is your truth? Your truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And you need to move forward with that. Okay. It is coming out swinging, right? Okay. And plus, the blessing is number 33 and justice is number 11. So we have 2 master numbers showing up already this week. I told you it's going to be a big week. All right, let's look at Tuesday. Another major arcana. Now we have the Wheel of Fortune direct. Okay. So the Wheel of Fortune is talking about there is going to be some sort of cycle that you start seeing movement in on Tuesday. It could be if you're traveling, you have a great travel day, even though Mercury's retrograde, it's like everything is working out in your favor. Okay. I've taken a trip. Um, it was me and my best friend. We took a trip down to Padre, and it was like everything just worked out for us timing wise. It was just like boom, boom, boom. We just got to experience all the things that we wanted to. Everything worked out. We had such a smooth experience. It was a lot of fun, right? So that's what you can experience on Tuesday, which is this cycle is turning for you. But remember, the universe only turns the cycle in the direction where your intentions are flowing. It does not care whether it's going to send you through a harsh lesson or if it's going to level you up. It's all on what you are putting out into the universe. Do you understand? This wheel turns to whatever you are aligned to. Okay. Big change is needed. Yes, ma'am. All right, let's look at Wednesday. Okay, another major arcana. Holy crap. Now, this is the Hermit in reverse. Okay. So there's a couple of things here that need to be said because, again, this is a general collective. When the Hermit is in reverse, it can indicate one of two things. Either one, you are resisting the lessons that you're being shown. Okay. And it's telling you, you do need to go retreat. You do need to go revise, revisit these things and learn the lessons and then apply them as you come out. But for some of you, it's telling you it's a good day for you to get out and go network and rejoin society. Okay. Because you've been stuck in hermit mode for too long. Now it's time to get out and go do something because the hermit is always looking out for the soul, the light, the essence. Okay. And it is always good to go retreat back into your cave to recharge, to revisit, to kind of reassess things, right? But you can't stay there. You cannot stay there. You need to go back out into society and really practice applying what you learned through those lessons. I'll give you an example. I had a student, this was a couple of years ago, I think it was. I think it was when we went through the power challenge the first time. We were talking about loving yourself and doing all these things for yourself and feeling confident in yourself. And she asked a really great question. She said, or made a really good point. She said, when I'm in my house and I'm on my own and I'm doing my things, I'm very confident in myself. I love myself and all of this. She goes, but then when I get out into, the world around my friends and people, she goes, the insecurity creeps back in because, I would like to date, but then if I'm around other people and there's like a beautiful woman and I see the guys are paying attention to her, I start to feel bad. And I said, let me put it to you this way. So, number one, you always need to love yourself no matter if you're holed up in your home or you're out in society. Number two, the person for you would never like miss you. What I'm saying is like they would never be so focused on another person that they don't even see you. Okay. So just know that if they're paying attention to somebody else, that's not your person and that's okay. It's keeping you from spending time or wasting time on a situation that was not meant for you. See, that's the lesson that we have to apply when we go out into society. We need to know that what is meant for us is meant for us. That's why we have the world in reverse as the overall message here, because it's like you have to get that lesson. You have to understand how that applies. It really does apply. Does that make sense? Big energy. Holy cow. All right, let's look at Thursday, see what else we got. Oh, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So when the Queen of Pentacles is in reverse, it can indicate a feeling of doing too much for other people when you need to do for yourself. This would be a good day for you to get your finances in order, get your house in order, really pay attention to what is your plan and take action. But it needs to be something that is nurturing to you because you typically do too much for other people. I mean, we have three major arcana days happening here. You might just flat out be exhausted on Thursday, and that's okay. Okay. So when's the 20th? What day is that? 20. That's Thursday, isn't it? 2021. Because 22nd is Saturday, right? Am I thinking right on that? Okay. So that's the new moon energy. So makes a lot of sense that she shows up in reverse, okay? Because she's very physical. She's very active here, okay? So she needs to learn to be more receptive. She needs to kind of like hang back on this new moon day and really set intentions and be with herself and allow herself to be emotional, because this is not a very emotional type of energy. She's ruled by Capricorn. And Capricorn is very, like I said, she's very cardinal sign energy, very logical, practical. And she's like, well, we're just gonna have to get it done. You know, she's very traditional. So she kind of locks up those emotions and she's like, let's just do the thing, right? So you need to really set kind of like hold back on Thursday, be more receptive, allow yourself to be more emotional, really let the energy of the new moon allow you to dive deep into that subconscious, into that Scorpio energy, into the depths of your soul, because it wants to help you to transform. I mean, we have these three major arcana saying, hey, this buildup is significant. And this can be something that really blasts you off into this new type of journey or energy, whatever you want to see it as, because we have that world in reverse, remember? So this is your opportunity to really see things for as they are, understand how you're subconsciously helping yourself or hindering yourself. Um, it's just like I want to go like this, pull this energy and let it out. That's what it feels like to me. My birthday is Friday the 21st. Oh, nice. Happy early birthday. Scorpio is fixed energy. Cannot want to let go of control. Can be controlling in reverse. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. We got to allow those emotions to come up. And it's okay to be emotional. You need to be emotional, especially women. I learned something about women that you need to allow yourself to cry because it really does affect your brain if you don't. Isn't that interesting? I don't remember the whole thing. I'll have to go back and listen to it, but it's fascinating. I was like, there's a reason. Look what's underneath. We have the Four of Wands in reverse. Okay. The Four of Wands indicates instability. There might also be an event that you don't want to go to. You really need to evaluate, especially if it's on Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday would be good energy for going to events that maybe you've been holding yourself back on or not wanting to go to, but you really need to assess of how does this align with me? Is this a situation that I want to go to that is going to really align with this me that I'm looking at in the future? Always, I have this idea of this situation, or is this just something that I would do in the past that really is not serving me or my journey? Does that make sense? There can also be some instability happening in the home. Like I said before, clean out your clutter, get your finances in order, do the things that you know are going to set yourself up for success. Okay. Because when there's instability in the home, that's supposed to be your safe haven, right? And if it's stuff, get rid of it, donate it. Okay. If it's a person, deal with it. You can't keep ignoring what is disrupting your sense of safety, your sense of security. Do you understand? Just want to make sure before I move ahead. For some of y'all, you may be wanting to move to a different location, which is fine. I just would wait until after Mercury goes direct before you sign anything. That's what I told my son. He's moving out December 1st. Here, I mean, it's time. He's already moved out before, but anyway, I told him, it's like, I said, you need to sign that contract before Mercury goes retrograde. And so made sure he signed it and they paid their deposit and everything. I was like, don't sign it when it's retrograde. Either you're gonna have to wait or you have to do it before. And he did. So yeah. People, a lot of people do that, Jamie. They try to control the external because the internal feels out of control. And that's what a lot of us do, because it's like, I don't like the way I'm feeling here. So let me just focus on what I can control. But it doesn't change anything. Everything stays the same because you still feel like crap inside. So yeah. That's why we have control freaks, right? Because they can't control what's going on in here, so they have to control every other aspect of their lives. Well, I still have my youngest living here, which I mean, I get plenty of me time. I'm just looking forward to I'm not going to have that demon spawn of a cat living here anymore. And you guys, I am an animal lover. I love animals, love animals. This cat is evil. She's so mean. She doesn't like anybody. And so yeah, I'm like, she is the first thing to go, and she is not coming back in this house. Yes, he's taking Luna. That's her. That's his cat. Y'all only see the sweet pictures that I post because she will come up and snuggle with you, but if you touch her, she'll turn around and bite you. So I always hold out hope that one day she's gonna let me pet her and be nice. No, not yet. Okay, let's see what else we need to know for this week. Big energy. We have 4 major arcana cards here, and the 33 of the blessing of fairy magic. So, all right, what else do we need to know this week? And if you're just joining us, I set a reminder earlier, or I gave y'all a reminder earlier about I only have 2 more spots in the breakthrough sessions left. Okay, I had 10, now we're down to 2. And time is running out for you to save $500 on the Power Challenge. So if you have not gotten into either one of those, definitely check them out before today, because I have a feeling the last 2 spots are going to go pretty quickly. And then time will run out for the Power Challenge. And if you forget, you forget. I can't make any exceptions. Okay. So look, we have strategy in reverse. Okay. When strategy is in reverse, it can indicate that plans change. It can indicate that you need to change your plans. You need to make a plan because whatever was, you were going towards wasn't quite working, or it solved the issue, or it worked for that time being, but now you're in a new energy. Okay. So you need to have a strategy. You need to have a plan as far as what it is that you want to experience, especially because you guys, we're going into you. I don't think you understand the gravity of the energy that we are moving into. Okay. Let me explain right quick for those of you that are new. 2025 is a 9 year. That's what we're in right now. This is why this year has felt like so many people have left us, things have ended. It has felt like just like stripping away of things that no longer serve you. And if you've been hanging on to those, boy, you've been suffering. Okay. We're moving into a 1 year. So this is not only just a 1 year, this is a 10 1 year. So this is connected to the Wheel of Fortune type energy. So when the 0 is with the 1, it amplifies that 1, meaning anything is possible. Okay. So we are starting a whole new 9 year cycle next year. Okay. 9 years. Also, we have planetary movements that have not happened in like 500 years. We have 2 different planetary movements. One hasn't happened in 500 years, and another hasn't happened in 330 years. Okay. So we have those happening, and we're moving into the year of the fire horse. This is energy. This is go time. This is making movements. Okay. So you definitely want to spend these next couple of months setting yourself up for success for this next 9 year cycle and actually beyond, because we are going to experience so many revolutionary changes over the next couple few years. You're not going to recognize anything if you ride this wave, if you go with the universe and you don't resist it. You will not, your life will not be recognizable over the next few years, like 3 to 5 years. Okay. And I'm not like exaggerating. I'm not being I'm being dead serious. Okay. If you stay the same, if you resist, it's going to be tough. It's going to be like you're just like dragging along and nothing's really changing, and you're watching everybody else evolve. Okay. So that is your decision on how you want to move through these next several years. Are you going to go along with the universe and ride that wave, or are you going to stay stuck and be like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that, and then make yourself suffer? Okay. So here we have to revise our plan, because what you've been doing got you here, which is fine. Now we need to readjust, revise, revisit things with Mercury being retrograde, and start setting intentions and making moves to get us set up for that success. Okay. Snakes represent Scorpio, horses represent Sagittarius. They follow one another in the zodiac as well. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Other than planning, is there anything else we can do to help this to happen? Really planning, really, Jonathan, really knowing yourself, understanding how you are meant to move through these cycles. Because yes, we have a one collective year, but what is your personal year? What are your personal months? What are your personal days when it comes to the energy? You need to understand all this. This is what we do in the breakthrough sessions, by the way. So you don't have to figure it out. I plan it out for you and we go over it in the breakthrough session. Okay, because you need to understand how you specifically are meant to move through the next year. Because this year, the 110 year or the 10-1 year, is the one where you're planting all the seeds, you're taking action, you're creating new things, you're making new movements. Okay. So you need to understand how to move through that year through your unique soul blueprint, plus your cycles, your specific timing. Because there might be times where you're supposed to move and there's going to be times where you're supposed to wait and just kind of like plan. So you need to understand how all of those cycles work. Okay. Let's see what else. Okay, make sure. A lot of hidden secrets will be put out. Well, yeah. I mean, they're already coming out. So, yeah, I mean, it's good. We need it. I mean, it might seem crappy at the time, but it needs to happen. So, yeah. All right, let's see what else. What else do we need to know? And I'm going to keep talking about these movements and these cycles the entire time until we reach 2026. I'll still probably be talking about it, but if you if you want to know how to really go through that transformation, then do the breakthrough session or do the power challenge or do both, whatever works for you. Okay. The power challenge is where we're going to spend 6 weeks together with actually a bonus week. So we're 7 weeks together. And I'm going to take you through different stages of your life. You're going to find out who you are. You're going to understand your energetic soul blueprint. We're going to talk about how to set boundaries. You're going to be a boundary setting badass. You're going to learn how to actually love yourself and navigate, like we were talking about before. When you love yourself at home, it's all great, but then you struggle going out into the world. We're gonna we're gonna master that. We're gonna master how to date and love the power way. You're gonna master the relationships around you, and then we're gonna master your money connection, how you relate to money, and how you can bust through those money blocks. And then in the 7th week, we're gonna put it all together. Okay, so if you haven't gotten in there, you have until the 30th to save $500 and get into the power challenge. We begin January 14th. Okay. So we have time to get through the holidays, get kind of settled back in, and then we begin. Okay. Nobody likes my boundaries. Hey, look, they're going to have to get over it, right? All right. Let's see. A little bird told me that I'm getting away from my spiritual mind and at some point need to reconnect. Well, yeah, absolutely. Always make sure you're reconnecting. And I the power challenge does focus more on women because those are typically the ones who join my classes. But men, if you want to be part of the power challenge, you are absolutely welcome to. Okay. We're going to talk about everything. All right. What else do we need to know? Look at that. We have number 13, solitude. Okay. Where have you been feeling alone? Have you been really going into that hermit energy? And the universe is trying to get you out of that. But again, everything is your decision. So if you're feeling alone and you're putting yourself into solitude, it's not always a bad thing, but it is a bad thing if you stay there. You don't want to stay in solitude. Humans need other humans. No matter what anybody says about, I don't need anybody. I just need myself. Oh, that's trauma talking. Humans need other humans. We need connection. we need support. If you don't have that support, then you will stay stuck for your entire life because let me tell you, it's extremely difficult to stay on this journey because you go through so many changes, you go through so many losses, you go through so many ups and downs. It's very difficult to maintain that when you're on your own. Okay. So you need to find your group, find your tribe to go along this journey so you can go further. Got it? And if you've been really building up those walls and becoming, kind of like becoming your own island, that's not healthy. If you've built walls so thick that people can't climb or penetrate them and you cut off all relationships, you will suffer. You're only hurting yourself. You're not hurting anybody else. Okay. We need other people, period. Literally in a prison in my community. People here and keep restricting me. Well, you're going to have to make those changes. Thank you, Jonathan, for your help. Also, you guys, this, I still think if you go to Amazon, this book went to the Amazon bestsellers, right? I'm a co-author on this book. There I am. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think you can go on Amazon and get the Kindle version for free. All we ask is that you give an honest review afterwards. Okay. So make sure you check it out. It's called Going Within to Heal. That's what it looks like. It's a great book. These are all stories from all of these authors about how they went through hardship and they overcame it. Amazing stories. So make sure you go download it and give us a review, please. Let's see what else. I'm like getting hot. All right. Let's see what else we need to know this week. Look at that. We have action number 15. You have to take action to make the moves that are necessary. When we bring it together, it becomes a six. Six is harmony, it is responsibility, it is family. It's all those. When I think of a six, I think of like a warm hug. That's what I feel. I have synesthesia, so I feel different things with different words, numbers, smells, all that, right? So whenever we take action and we create this movement, we start to feel good about ourselves. We start to feel good about our lives because we're making these moves and we know it's in alignment. We know that we're going to see some progress happening here. Does that make sense? So, and then there's that full moon, which we're going to have a new moon. A new moon is a full moon, the dark moon. That's your word for next year. Action. Whoops. Okay. I guess these cards want to speak. They're all falling out. Nice. That's going to be a great word for a lot of people. Like I said, because with it being that 1 year, that 10-1 year, lots of action. Let's see what else. Oh, it's funny. This was at the bottom of the deck when that card fell away, and I looked at the bottom. Look, the moon. It says darkness, moon, number 7. There we go. That new moon is happening. And you see the hair covering the eyes. It's she needs to go within, not see with her eyes, with her physical eyes, but see with her soul, see with her inner knowing. And 7 is a very spiritual number. 7 is, people like to say perfection and God source energy, right? Yes, but it's like the mind needs to go deep. The mind needs to analyze what is happening within so you can make changes outwardly. So you know what seeds to plant. So you know how to, because think about the new moon. So the new moon is dark, right? And then over the next few days, you start to see it brighten back up. So think of it like as a cup. That cup is filling, 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 and then until we get to the full moon. Okay. So that's the time you start to plant those seeds because you have gone inward and you've really gotten honest with yourself. You talk about the Scorpio energy. You've really gotten honest with yourself as far as, how can you burn old ways down and be reborn from those ashes? How can you learn from things that have happened in the recent past and really come out stronger, more resilient, more powerful because it wants to burn things down and go to be the phoenix. Okay. So, wow, that is weird. I could have sworn that I picked up this deck, but I picked up this deck again. I guess it wasn't done because I just pulled two cards from the same deck, right? Yeah. No, I didn't. Okay. Wow, that's weird because they look alike. I thought I pulled two cards from the same deck. Okay, so this was that one, and this was that one. Golly, that just threw me for a loop. Don't they look very similar? I was like, did I just pick up the same deck twice? Okay, okay. Promise, I'm not losing my mind. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm talking about moving with your subconscious. Oh, that was weird. Aren't they the same person? On the card or like by the same person? They might be. Oh, they are. Stacy, yeah, they are made by the same person. That must be why they look similar. That's funny. Man. All right. All right. Let's see what else we need to know. I'm really sweating now. Look at that. We have connection. Remember how I said today with the Justice card, if you need to have a conversation or you're looking to connect with somebody, today is a good day to do it because everything is fair and balanced, right? But remember how I said we need people. We need each other. I know it's very I don't know, you think it's empowering to be like, I could do this on my own, I could do it by myself. Let's be real. I mean, as somebody who is an Aries rising, okay, I'm very like, I got this on my own. I can do this, no problem. But let's be real. We need people. We need help. We need support. We need truth. Okay. So this is all about you and the desire to connect with other people. Maybe you also connecting with your higher self and really connecting to what is your destiny. I mean, we have three major arcana happening, four actually. And this is like, wake up call, wake up, pay attention, stop dismissing all of these messages that you're getting. Okay. It does look like you, huh? Self reliance is not the same as hyper individual. Yeah, individuality or hyper independence. Exactly. Exactly. There are lots of things that you can do on your own that you will need to do on your own, but you absolutely need other people. Absolutely. You need that support. You need that feedback. You need that connection. You cannot deny it because the people that don't have anybody, they're absolutely miserable because they need that connection. We are humans. We cannot bypass what is in our nature, right? We cannot ignore that. Yes, we are divine beings. Yes, we are sparks of God source energy. But at the end of the day, we are here to have the human experience, and humans need other people. You know what card I'm thinking of the Kipper deck? Yeah, let's see if it comes out. Let's see. Yes, we are hardwired for community and connection. Absolutely. Being a Capricorn, I argue with myself. That makes sense. Oh, let's see. Let's see. All right. What does the Kipper deck want to tell us? What is our message for this week? And we know we're all going to laugh if it's a community card, right? Let's see. What is our message for this week? Oh, look, we got bad health and we have change. So there we go. When we don't make the required changes in our lives, it shows up in our bodies. Okay. And this can also not have to be about your physical body. It can be there is an issue where something is, it's not healthy for you. Do you understand? So, like your connection with money, it's probably not healthy if you're feeling in lack. So we have to really transform and heal that connection with yourself, which is actually connected to your self worth. It's not your connection to money, it's actually your connection to yourself that needs healing. It could be relationships are having an issue. It's not very healthy for you. So you either need to address the issue and y'all resolve it, or you part ways. Okay. These are decisions that you need to make. These are the lessons with that world in reverse. These are the lessons that you're supposed to be learning and you're supposed to be wrapping up so you can start this new energy in 2026 renewed and refreshed and ready for this action packed year. Okay. But also, another thing that just came to mind is you manifest your own bad health. Okay, you manifest if you're always thinking negatively or you're harboring resentment or you're angry about things and you're not processing it, you're not letting it out, then you create your own bad health because your body will manifest that. Because again, whatever you're putting out there, all the intentions, all the energy, it creates matter because you keep packing it in, right? And so it has to manifest in some form or fashion and it's going to make you sick. So it's better to get it out. Scorpio, emotional body, and past opposes Taurus, physical body in the present. When we hold on to emotions, they begin to impact us holistically. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Let's get our crystal for the week because I did forget that on Friday. But you know what? The cards come out that want to come out. So, all right, let's see. Let's see. What is our crystal for this week? Ooh, flower agate, self discovery, growth, and harmony. There we go. Flower agate blossoms within you, nurturing growth and encouraging you to bloom into your fullest potential. Let its gentle energy inspire you to embrace new beginnings with grace and foster the dreams that reside in your heart. Hello. There we go. There's your crystal. If you don't have that crystal, you can use the deck. You can use the card to bring or boost that energy. This deck is not on Amazon or anything like that. You can find it. TikTok is linked in my bio. YouTube, it's linked in the description. Beautiful deck created by lovely Denise and Jonathan. Let's get our money message right quick. Let's see. Let me move this over here. You're a real late bloomer. Yes, you are. Let's see. Let's see. What is our money message for this week? We have teacher. Okay, let's find out what it says. There's 3 ways to resonate. Like I said, this is your money message for this week. You have the ability to motivate others to strive to uncover their true potential. Well, I like that one. Number 2, consider careers in teaching, coaching, mentorship, or being a motivational speaker. Number 3, you've learned so much about money. This is a time to put it into practice. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people will hear these messages, they'll get these lessons, but then they don't put it into play. And that's when they keep coming back to people like me going, well, I feel stuck. I keep, stuck. And it's like, well, what have you done? What have you done to change this? What, how have you transformed within yourself? What actions are you taking? And if they say none, I'm like, well, then there you go. That's why nothing is changing, because you have to take the action. You can't just listen to these messages and think it's just magically going to happen. No, it magically happens when you decide and you take the steps. Okay. You have to invest in yourself, uh, emotionally, physically, financially, all the ways. You have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in your journey. Otherwise, you're just going to like camp out in one spot and there you go. Yes. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Exactly. What else? What else do we need to know this week? Ooh, we have hidden keys. Put things together piece by piece to reveal the bigger picture. I'll read the other side as well. Important parts. Embrace each element, weaving them into your story with openness and understanding. So, remember how I said you have many sections of your life? You have your health, you have your wealth, you have your relationships, you have your career, you have your hobbies. I mean, you have so many different aspects to you. It's not just one, so many pieces make up the whole. So, whatever it is that you're always daydreaming of, that future self, that healed, that happy, that abundant self, it's like you have to start putting those pieces together. You have to take the action and be like, okay, if this is what I want this to look like, then this is what I need to do here. Make sense? Okay. This one keeps catching my eye. Y'all, I have tried. Remember how I said I took the dip stuff off of my nails? My nails are normally like super long, naturally. I took that dip off to give them a break and let them grow out and whatever. I don't think I'm going to last much longer because they're all breaking off and I can't stand it. So that's why you keep seeing me go like this because it drives me crazy. Y'all needed to know that bit of information. Okay, let's see what else we need to know. I'm trying. I'm trying to give them time. It's just frustrating because one of them, like this one, broke down deep. And I'm just like, oh, I don't like it. What else do we need to know this week? We have North Node, future. Look at that. You have this, I'm telling you, you have this picture in your head that you daydream about all the time. And it's subconscious typically that you daydream about this all the time. And it's like, if you're thinking about this, if you're dreaming about this, it is possible for you. But it's not going to be possible if you're just expecting that to just appear. So you have to make plans for your future. You are always manifesting your future. There is a higher expression for you to embody in your journey, which is your soul blueprint, your roadmap, all of those things, which is what we go over in the breakthrough sessions and the power challenge. All of those things are meant to give you the blueprint for you to get to that ideal life. Okay. So this is about you expressing that higher version of yourself and really moving away from that south node energy, which is like your past, your karma, all of that. Okay. And this is number 34. Excuse me. So again, 3, expression, communication, and 4 is the work. It's about bringing it down to earth. You're manifesting things down into earth, and that's always your future. So there you go. Any Christmas nails. Let's see. I know, Amy. That's what I was thinking about too. Girl had to have her nails. I know. And it's such a pain because, like I said, mine have always been long, but I do a lot with my nails. I mean, with my hands. I do a lot with my hands. Reading tarot, doing all these things, and then being a singer, I always have to make everything look good, right? And so I was like, well, I don't know. I'm going to give them a break, but I don't think I like it. I like my nails being long, like they're supposed to be. Thank you, Stephanie. All right, let's see. Let's see. What I did with mine was cut them down short and keep them short until they grow out healthy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that or something because, like I said, I broke this one down pretty low, and they grow fast. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm still deciding. It's not bragging. It's the truth. Be quiet. All right. What else do we need to know? Look at that, number 32, light. And look, this person's on a swing. So think about how that energy feels. Like we were meant to be in a frequency of lightness, right? Everything shouldn't be so heavy, but we are always so inundated with negativity and trauma. I mean, we've all been traumatized by the news, by the people that how make the decisions of this world, all of that. Like we're always traumatized because it keeps us low, it keeps us heavy, it makes us feel like we can't move through and evolve and ascend and do all those things, right? So this energy is about being the light, feeling light, having fun with your journey, and seeing it as an experience or as an adventure rather than, oh God, I'm this human and I have to fight and I have to struggle and I have to do this and snap. Because again, you're not meant to struggle. You're not meant to struggle. You go through struggles to overcome them, but then you're not supposed to stay there. You're supposed to overcome them and get lighter and see the bigger picture. But most people are afraid to see the bigger picture. Most people will start to see the bigger picture and they run back to like their blindness, which I get it, but that's misery. So you have to allow yourself to see the bigger picture and say, you know what? I'm overcoming this. I'm choosing to go against the grain of what everybody else is doing. And I choose to evolve. I choose to experience peace and happiness and success and love, all those things. Okay. So it's talking about allowing yourself to dream like a child dreams. Allow yourself to play with the universe and say, you know what, let me just try this and see what happens. Either it works out or it doesn't. Who cares? Let me just go explore and learn all these new things like a kid would. Let me have fun. I do lives once a week and still follow your tips. Oh, good. I've been around more and more accurate. Good for you. Awesome. The swing feels free. Yeah. Like your beautiful singing voice is a freedom of expression. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it is. Tried and it's been great. Good. Learn to be in the world, but not of it. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Like we are still humans. We are still having this experience. We can't escape that. But it doesn't mean that we have to stay in that heaviness. It doesn't mean that we have to buy this story that we've been told, you know? I'm just checking these comments. I've been seeing swings. That's weird. Interesting. Good. I'm glad y'all are getting it and y'all are actually making the moves. Yeah. Y'all are smart and I know it. All right. What else do we need to know? Whoa, this deck. What is our spirit of the animal message for this week? Oh, look, we have good luck, the ladybug. Look. It says, you are a bright energy. Let worry go and be happy here and now. I mean, that's really going with this here, right? Feel good about being a loving and colorful you. You bless the world with color and good luck. I love that. I'm going to read it again. Ladybug, good luck. You are a bright energy. Let worry go and be happy here and now. Feel good about being a loving and colorful you. See, that's a thing. Oh, hang on. I have to verify myself. There we go. So that's the thing about the experiences that we go through. Let's say you're in a relationship and the person crosses boundaries, like maybe they cheated on you or they lied to you, whatever it is. Okay. Immediately, people start going, how could I be so stupid? How could I da 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 da? And they put it all on themselves. And it's like, no, never feel bad for being a good person. Never feel bad for being the loyal person in a relationship. Never feel bad for trusting somebody who portrayed themselves as somebody who was trustworthy. Now, granted, if they start showing massive red flags, whatever, yeah, we do need to allow ourselves to see that. But the fact that the person like cheated on you or whatever, that's them. They are the bad person cheating and hurting another person, not you. Okay. So that's what it makes me think of when it says feel good about being a loving and colorful year. You. So if you have done things in your life and you've been a good person and you feel like you've gotten shit on in certain aspects, don't don't do the work for them. Don't start shitting on yourself. Say, you know what? I'm so proud that I maintained the fact, or I maintained my authenticity as a loving person, as a good person who has good intentions always. And yes, I got mixed in with some people that really have some work to do and they don't love themselves because they're trying to hurt me. But I love myself because I've always maintained my true loving nature, right? So always feel good about being a good person. Never put somebody else's wrongdoings onto you. And definitely don't do the work for them, as far as don't start treating yourself like crap just because somebody else treated you like crap. It's crazy, right? So, yep, doing the best we can with what we know at the time. Yep. And I had to really let that sink in for myself when I was going through the beginning stages of my awakening and my awareness. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I was doing the best with what I knew. And that's all I can say, all I can do. And I have to let that go. So yeah. All right. Now here's time for the rebel deck. You've always helped me through my exes. Yep, I know. Time to let it go. Right. All right. So this is the part where if you get your feelings hurt easily or you get offended easily, it's time for you to scroll away because I'm about to use the Rebel deck. And this deck sometimes will call you out, cuss you out, maybe hurt your feelings. Sometimes it's supportive. It just depends. So let's see. Let's see. Let's see. What else? What is our message for this week? What is our message for this week? And remember, only 2 spots left for the breakthrough sessions. Get it now because I guarantee they're going to be sold out quickly. Okay. We started with 10. Now it's already down to 2. Also, save $500 and get it to the Power Challenge. And we're going to take that 7-week journey together, 7-week journey together starting January 14th. But get in now so you can save the money. Okay. All right. What else? The next podcast, I'm finishing editing episode 2. It was a lot because there were some things that I felt like I wanted to expand on and add in. So I'm having to go fix all of that stuff, and it's such a beating. But I'm hoping to have it done in the next couple of days, and then I will schedule it and I'll let you all know when it's gonna come out. Okay. All right. What is our message for this week? If you haven't listened to episode 1, make sure you go do that first. Oh, we got a good one. Money. It says make it rain. So what does that mean to you? Okay. It's where like where do you feel that in your body? Does it feel like, yeah, right? Or does it feel like, hell yeah? Where does that feel like in your body when it says money, make it rain? You're probably thinking, well, I don't have much money to make it rain. Da, da, da. Well, you can bring in the money. It's just, what is your relationship to yourself? Do you value yourself? Do you value the work that you do? Do you value your life? And we're going to talk about that in episode 2 of the podcast.